Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about the heart of the home, the kitchen. I want you to picture this. It's late at night, you can't sleep, you're on your phone, scrolling, and you fall down the rabbit hole. The Pinterest rabbit hole. You see it? The perfect kitchen. The lighting is golden, the countertops are gleaming, there's a sprig of eucalyptus in a vase. And you think, that's it, that's the kitchen I want. You start saving pins, creating boards, and before you know it, you're planning a 5-figure remodel based on these gorgeous photos. I get it. The dream is so alluring. But I'm here today to be the friend who gently takes your phone, looks you in the eye and says, hold on a minute, because I want to save you from what I call Pinterest regret. Some of the most popular, trendiest, and most beautiful kitchen features you see online can become your biggest daily frustrations. Today, we're diving deep into the dream features you might actually end up hating. This is going to save you time, money, and a lot of future headaches. All right, let's kick it off with a big one. Open shelving. In the photos, it's always so chic, so airy, so minimalist. You see a perfect stack of white ceramic plates, some neatly arranged glasses, maybe a cute little succulent. It looks amazing. But let's talk reality. I have a friend, Sarah, who went all in on open shelving. She spent a fortune on beautiful matching dishware to get that perfect look. For the first month, it was great. Then, life happened. First, she realized that kitchen dust isn't like regular dust. It's mixed with microscopic grease particles from cooking. It creates this sticky, grimy film that coated everything. She was constantly having to take every single item off the shelves and wash not just the shelf, but every plate and glass too. Then she had friends over. Someone helps do the dishes and puts a bright blue souvenir mug right in the middle of her perfectly curated all-white collection. The whole aesthetic, gone. You either have to be a drill sergeant about your shelves or just accept the chaos. And the biggest thing she missed? Storage for the ugly stuff. Where does the giant blender go? What about the half-empty bag of flour or the kids' plastic cups? Real life is messy, and sometimes you just need a cabinet door to hide it behind. So, the alternative? If you love the look, use it in small doses. Maybe 1 or 2 beautiful floating shelves for your most loved decor, but rely on closed cabinets for the everyday workhorses. Okay, next up, let's talk about a trend that comes and goes. Tiled countertops. You might see these in fun, colorful kitchens that have a unique, custom vibe. They can add a lot of personality. But if you actually cook in your kitchen, you might want to think twice. The problem isn't the tile itself, it's the thousands of tiny grout lines in between. Imagine you're making dinner. You spill a little bit of pasta sauce. On a smooth countertop, you just wipe it up. No big deal. On a tiled countertop, that red sauce immediately seeps into the light-colored grout, staining it forever. Same with coffee, red wine, you name it. The grout is porous, meaning it's a magnet for germs and bacteria. Keeping it truly clean is a constant battle involving toothbrushes and specialized cleaners, and beyond cleaning, the surface is inherently uneven. Have you ever tried to roll out cookie dough or place a cutting board on a wobbly surface? It's maddening. It makes your main workspace less functional. While they might seem like a cost-effective choice initially, the frustration and maintenance often make people wish they'd just saved up for a smooth, non-porous surface like quartz or granite. Alright, let's talk about a feature that screams luxury. The pot filler faucet. I will admit they look so cool. A fancy, jointed faucet right over your stove. The idea is you can fill your giant pasta pot right where you're going to cook it, without lugging it from the sink. But here's the thing. It's a one-way trip. You fill the 12-quart pot with water, you boil your pasta, and now what? You have to carry that ridiculously heavy, sloshing pot of boiling water from the stove across your kitchen to the sink to drain it. You're often navigating past other people, or pets, or kids. It's arguably the most dangerous part of the journey, and the pot filler doesn't help with that at all. Then there's the cleaning. It's right in the splash zone for every sputtering pan of sauce or sizzling bacon. Cleaning all those little joints and nozzles when they're coated in grease is no fun. And my biggest fear with them? Leaks. It's a water line in your wall, in a spot you don't use every day. A tiny, slow leak could go unnoticed for months, causing serious damage behind your walls and backsplash. For an expensive feature that only solves half a problem, the risks and costs often outweigh the convenience. Okay, let's tackle the giant in the room, the one you see everywhere, the all-white kitchen. Let me be clear, an all-white kitchen can be absolutely stunning. It's classic, it's bright, it makes a space feel bigger, but living in one is a very different experience than looking at a photo of one. Maintaining that pristine showroom look is a job. I once worked with a client who insisted on pure white cabinets, white countertops, and a white backsplash. She had 2 young kids. After the first week, she called me in a panic. There were tiny spaghetti sauce fingerprints on the cabinets, a blue juice stain on the counter, and smudges everywhere. White surfaces show everything. Cooking oils can cause yellowing on cabinets near the stove over time. And finding the right white is a challenge in itself. Some look too cold and sterile, others can look dingy in the wrong light. If you love the bright, clean feel, consider a more livable version. Maybe go for two-toned cabinets with a darker color on the bottom where scuffs happen, or choose a soft off-white instead of a stark clinical white. You can also bring in warmth with wood accents or a colorful backsplash. You can have a bright kitchen without signing up for a life of constant scrubbing. Now for another feature that's all about scale. The oversized kitchen island. Bigger is better, right? When it comes to a kitchen island, not always. A huge island can look incredible in a massive open concept space, but in an average-sized kitchen, it can be a disaster. The number one problem is traffic flow. You need clear pathways to move around your kitchen efficiently. A giant island can create narrow, awkward gaps that turn into human traffic jams. Imagine you're hosting Thanksgiving. You're trying to get from the oven to the sink, your cousin is trying to get to the fridge, and you're all stuck doing this awkward shuffle around a giant piece of furniture. It's stressful. As a rule of thumb, you want at least 36 to 42 inches of clearance on all sides of your island. Any less, and the space will feel cramped. The other issue is wasted space. The center of a very deep island becomes this no man's land that you can't reach to clean or use effectively. So what happens? It becomes the clutter magnet for the entire house. Mail, keys, kids' homework, stray items, they all land on the island and your beautiful prep space is gone. Okay, here's a super specific one that's become popular lately. The built-in, high-end coffee bar. This sounds like the ultimate luxury, right? A built-in machine that can make you a latte or a cappuccino at the touch of a button. A client of mine, Mark, was so excited about his. He spent thousands on a fancy built-in unit. For the first month, he used it every day. Then came the maintenance. It needed a special, expensive cleaning solution. It had a descaling cycle that took 45 minutes. The water filters were proprietary and cost a fortune. Then, one day, it just stopped working. The repair technician charged him $300 just to come out and look at it. He told me that now, most mornings, he just uses his simple Nespresso machine because it's faster and easier. The super expensive built-in unit just sits there, taking up space. It's a cool gadget, but sometimes simpler is better. This all leads me to my final and most important point. Please, stop chasing fleeting trends. Remember the Tuscan kitchens of the early 2000s with the dark wood ornate details and faux finished walls? They were the height of style then, and now they just look dated. The same goes for the chevron backsplash or the farmhouse everything craze. Trends come and go, but a kitchen remodel is expensive and permanent. My best advice is to focus on creating a timeless backbone. Invest in a great layout that works for you. Choose quality, classic cabinets that will last. Pick a durable countertop. Then, have fun with the trends in smaller, less permanent ways. Use a trendy color on the walls. Paint is easy to change. Add trendy light fixtures or bar stools. Use a bold, patterned runner on the floor. These are the things you can swap out in a few years when the style changes, without having to rip out your entire kitchen. So, to wrap it all up, your kitchen should be a source of joy, not a source of frustration. It should be designed for your life, not for a photo on a website. Before you commit to that open shelving, that all-white everything, or that massive island, just take a moment. Imagine yourself actually living in that space, day in and day out. Think about the cleaning, the workflow, the clutter, the kids. By making smart, practical choices, you can create a kitchen that is not only beautiful, but is also functional, comfortable, and a true reflection of you. A kitchen you will love for years to come. No regrets needed. Now I want to hear from you. Do you have a kitchen feature you regret installing? Or one you absolutely love? Share your stories in the comments below. You could save someone else from making a big mistake. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more tips on creating a home you love. I'll see you next time.